I'm so glad you're here. So today is the day of the infamous memorial service, and I have so much to tell you because I've kind of had a little change of heart on my potential meeting someone I went to school with to go on a date. And I will just kind of preface all that by saying when I had gotten divorced, which was in 2018, so it's been 8 years now, which I cannot even believe. Actually this month, yeah, I cannot even believe. But once I got a divorce, my goal was to not date someone long term, like kind of similar. I wanted to go on many dates, but I didn't want to date one person. And then, of course, like life does, I met the best person that we went out for almost 7 years. And he's lovely. He's beautiful. I will love him till the day that I die. But I can't be with him anymore. And there are not enough words to explain the why. But once it was final in my head, it was final. And I couldn't go back. And I tried to change my mind for like 4 months. To be like, well, I can negotiate with myself, the whole everything. Anyway, the point of even saying any of this is that I am going to that memorial service, and I said last week that there might be guys that I went to school with and I thought they were hot at the time and blah, blah, blah. If they're single, I might let them know that I'm single, and I'm not going to do that. I mean, if I'm asked, that's different, but I'm not going there with the intention of meeting someone. And the reason is I've had a really great week, and some of the things that have happened is I've been able to reflect. I recently went out of town with one of my best friends, and we ended up talking to a neighbor, and this lady was 86 years old, and she's been on my mind for, since we left there, because the part about her is that she, in her career, she was a dancer, and so she's 86. She originally was 5'7". She says now she's probably about 5'5", blah blah blah. I'm 5'6.5", and when I tell you she had the best figure, even at 86, like she had the best figure. Like she knocked me out of the water, and I'm 30 years younger, and so 35 years younger, and so no, not 35. I'm 32 years younger. Anyway, I was talking to her like, would you do anything different? And she said, oh, absolutely not, because it wouldn't get me to where I am now. And I wish I had asked, is there more that you wished you did? Not change anything. And I would love to know her thoughts on that, because, and I asked her what I've been pondering since retirement is looming, which is, what am I going to do with my day? My days have been so structured that, for 9 hours out of every work day, I'm doing something with work. It's structured. I sit there. I have to work. I have to interact. Blah, blah, blah. I get a lunch break. I get to go somewhere. And because I'm a go, go, go kind of person, like, I don't want to sit at home. I've been pondering, what am I going to do when I retire? Do I want to date? Like, she's dating a guy very similar to my situation with the love of my life, is that they're living together. He and I never lived together, but they are living together, and that's how she wants it. They both have assets that they're protecting for their family, blah, blah, blah. And, I said to her, like, what did you do when you retired? She said, oh, honey, you would not believe the stuff that you do. Like, you just go, how in the heck did I ever have time to work? And I believe that. I think that is what will happen. But I've also taken a kind of let me kind of map out some stuff that I might do based on other videos I've seen this week, because I love YouTube, and so different stuff will pop up. And this one person was saying, like, you need to think of stuff that you would have done if you could make your list of stuff you want to do when you retire. Make it from the point of view of like a 13-year-old. What would a 13-year-old who had limited money, transportation, availability, blah, blah, blah. Think of it from that, because from that point of view, it was fun stuff, probably active stuff, blah, blah, blah. And so I have started thinking about that. And one of the things that I was thinking this week was, I'm competitive, but I'm not generally athletic. Like, I ended up starting consistently. In the last 2 months, I had done it sporadically, but this week I've done it consistently, which is to start walking. And at first I would just walk in my neighborhood, just to the back and to the front. And I'm like right in the middle. And so that took 20 minutes. And I was so proud of myself. I would check the health app and see how many steps I walked at the end of the day, just having my phone on me, how many steps. And, it was like 2,000-ish, blah, blah, blah. And I kept thinking of this lady going, look at how fit she is. At 86, she looks so good. Wouldn't it be lovely to look as good as she looks when you're that age? Or shit, now. I would love to look like that now. I'm telling you, she was like a fit size 6, which I don't want to be a fit size 6. I want to be a fit size 14 because I am voluptuous by nature. My body, like my skeletal frame, is bigger than hers, but she was fit. And things that had previously, I think mentally, kept me overweight were, some trauma things that happened when I was younger. And those things they are not needed anymore. Things that I did to protect myself, I don't have to do that anymore. And I have control. Let's say something awful does happen to me. I can call the police. I can file a report. I can sue. I can do a lot. And so things that once kept me safe in my head, they're not necessarily needed anymore. And so I'm like, you can change. You can benefit from a different altered mind, blah, blah, blah. And so anyway, that's kind of been my process this week. And I want you to know I had the best time. Last night, I ended up going over to my sister-in-law's work. She's so cute. She's being a teacher. She's been a parapro for years and years and worked in daycare environments for years and years. And she's finally going to be a teacher this year. So I sewed 10 curtains for her, little panels and stuff to cover her cubbies and whatnot that she wanted. And so I went over to her work and took dinner and we got to chat. And when it was over, I was like, I don't really want to go home. Like, I want to go for a walk. And between her work and my house is a park that I used to frequent, just go to. And it reminded me so much of, in the early 90s, I graduated in 89, and in the early 90s, some of the things you would do to meet people is that you would go to like ballparks and whatnot where they had adult teams and stuff. So like baseball teams, softball teams, really adult softball. And so, hold on. And so anyway, it just reminded me of being there and how different the park looked and blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't remember off the top of my head how many times around equals like a quarter mile. I think one time around must equal a quarter mile. Heck, I don't know. But I was thinking about that. And it's almost like everything just revolves around dating. Who am I going to date? And I think that also goes back to when I was younger, seeing people older than me going out on dates, and y'all know how much I love lyrics and whatnot. And there's this girl that, was a family friend, and we went on vacation. All of us went on vacation together, and she took a friend. And I remember them, this was in the late 70s, I remember them singing Fleetwood Mac's Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow. And they were doing this cute little side-by-side sway. And, they were probably 15-ish. And the reason I'm saying that age is it's for a particular reason, is they ended up going on dates with guys that they met. in Daytona Beach, Florida. And I was like, oh, I was like 6. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cool. Like, I want to be like them, and blah, blah, blah. And that was when I had asked Mama, okay, how can I be when I date? And she's like 16. Okay, what about double date? Because they went on a double date. Okay, 15, I guess they were 15 or 16. And so anyway, that just kind of must have been, or I don't know, I just have always wanted a boyfriend. And they are lovely. And when I had my ex-husband and the love of my life, like, it was lovely. But I'm 54, about to turn 55, and when I got divorced, I thought, I'm going to take 5 years for myself. I'm going to take 5 years to just do what I want to do, And what would I get up to? And so the walking and thinking of that lady and watching these videos and doing all these things, it just made me realize that I don't need a boyfriend. I don't even need to go on dates. So after I walked last night at the park, I went around 3 times because I'd already walked in the morning, and I thought, oh, I must be approaching 10,000 steps. So I thought, wouldn't that be cool if I can reach 10,000 steps? I do not know the last time I reached 10,000 steps. It was probably 7 years ago in San Francisco when we walked across the Golden Gate Bridge. Like, I really don't even know, But it made me think, do stuff that you want to enjoy yourself. And so I from there, I didn't go home. I ended up going to the local city that it's, between my house and like my hometown. And I ended up just getting out. It was like 7 o'clock at night. It was 85 degrees, which sounds awful, but it was not in the sun. So it wasn't awful. And I just walked in the downtown area. And this area is so cute, and it was so populated. And I said hey to people, and I wasn't looking for someone to go on a date with. I just was enjoying myself. And no, I didn't meet anybody, but that was not the point. The point was I got to choose what I wanted to do. I got to just go do it on the fly. I got to work on myself. I want to continue working on myself. And so if by some chance at any point in the next several years I do get asked out, okay, I may go, I may not. But my point of all that is that I'm now going to this memorial as a true friend, as someone who remembers this lady in a positive light, and who I think of fondly. I do want to see her sons and her ex-husband, because even though they got a divorce 30 years ago, he never remarried. He still loved her, and I'm sure still does. And so I just want to go and participate on that level and not think of, oh, I got to put on my best behavior because one of these guys might want to ask me out, blah, blah, blah. I don't care if they want to ask me out. I don't aim for that as a goal anymore. And that's not to say it won't change, because it could for sure. But my goal for myself has changed. I want to do stuff for myself. I want to enjoy things that I've been wanting to do. The peace that I have, the solitude that I have, those kind of things at this point are priceless, and really what I wanted when I parted with my ex-boyfriend, the love of my life. And so, I'm not going to clog those wheels with a new person, new issues, new friends and family to get to know and, enjoy life with. Like, not that I'm trying to keep from meeting new people or whatever. That's not my goal, but I have things I need to work on for myself, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go here with the thought of, looking good to impress anybody. I'm just going to get ready like normal. This is normal. I am going to wear this dress, which I don't know which number it is. I'll pop it up here from the last video. So in case you missed that last video, you can go back and look at it. And I talked about, the excitement of going to this memorial service, because it's like a high school reunion. But anyway, my whole point of saying that is that I've really enjoyed working on myself. And last night I did do 10,000 steps, and yay me. So as far as competition with myself goes, being a competitive person, I won yesterday. And that doesn't mean I'm going to expect myself to do 10,000 steps or I'm losing. No, it was just a little win. I'm enjoying it. I'm starting to think of things that I want to do because I enjoy them. Do you know what I'm saying? The difference there is that I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to do things that I like to do. That doesn't mean I'm not going to still do for my family, for my friends, for myself. Like, I'm still going to do all the things that I have been doing, but I'm going to just concentrate more on less TV, less on my phone, more getting out. And yes, it's hot as Hades because today is July 31st. And, July is hot on its own. August is hot. But I haven't let that deter me from getting out and doing. I walk early or I walk late. I don't have to be out, when it's 100 degrees outside. I couldn't do that anyway. But anyway, I will show you what I look like when I go to this memorial and maybe afterwards give you an update on how it went. I hope that it goes well. I hope I see these people and just enjoy and appreciate how it was and not really say it was the good old days, because it had some issues, of course, because isn't that life? But I just hope that, I hope I enjoy it on a spiritual level with these people. And, that's what life's about. While you're here, enjoy your people. When they're not here, think of them fondly. You know what I mean? Anyway, I just want to thank you for coming and let me give you a little vlog update on, where I'm at, what I've done different this week, and what I plan to do different in the future. So anyway, I'll see you next time.